Good evening, and thanks for joining us for what's sure to be a fun glimpse into the future of the Miami Dolphins. I'm John Congemi, and welcome to Meet the Rookies. Today, you'll hear from 5 members of our 2020 rookie class. Before I introduce the guys, we wanted to take a moment to thank all of our fans who will be tuning in for what's sure to be a unique season, one filled with optimism and excitement for what's to come. While going to games may be tougher this year because of capacity reductions, we have an amazing opportunity for you to lock in the best price on games for the 2021 season while not skipping a beat on this season's highlights and content. By becoming a Miami Dolphins season ticket member today for as little as $45 a seat, you'll get to secure your location for 2021 while gaining access to virtual membership benefits and discounts throughout the current season. Throughout the event, you'll be able to browse availability and chat with representatives who can walk you through the easy process of joining the Miami Dolphins family. But now, let's welcome 5 new rookie members of the 2020 Dolphins roster. And joining us today, quarterback Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama, offensive tackle Austin Jackson from Southern California, defensive back Noah Igbenogany from Auburn, safety Brandon Jones from Texas, and running back Malcolm Perry from Navy. And guys, I'd like to start out with a general question for all of you. Malcolm, since I mentioned your name last, I'm going to start with you first. Somebody had to be first, so this is going to you. How well have you got to know some of your new teammates? I know it's been difficult via Skype and going through meetings in OTAs virtually, but have you been able to reach out to, say, Brandon or Tua or Noah and get to know them a little bit better?
Yeah, like you said, it's been pretty tough with not being able to be around the guys in the locker room and stuff like that. And I didn't get the luxury of playing some of these guys coming from Navy. So, just being on Skype or Zoom or whatever. And that's pretty much the most of interactions I get between guys besides, texting guys outside of meetings for, help on whatever is in the playbook. So it's been pretty tough, but it's a process and we're going along with it.
And Noah, I would assume, Tua probably better than anybody with the rivalry with Auburn and Alabama. But if you've been able to reach out to guys on the defensive side via Skype or meet a guy like Austin Jackson and get to know anybody, a little bit better than you had before the draft and before you guys got together as members of the Miami Dolphins?
I would say it's really been easier on the defense side of the ball, to be honest, to meet the guys that's like Brandon. That's somebody I've met while I've been down here in Miami. But Austin, he on the other side of the ball, so it's a little harder him and Tua to meet them. So I'm not really around them that much. But I'm looking forward to meeting them when they get down here, when we all get down here together, and I can't wait to get started again.
Yeah, it's an exciting time in South Florida, after free agency and after the draft and getting you guys assembled as a team for the 2020 season. And Tua, I'd like to, ask you a question personally before we get into getting to know you a little bit. I know recently you announced an establishment of a $300,000 scholarship endowment to benefit St. Louis School in the name of each of your 4 grandparents. Tell us a little bit about that decision and what a fantastic endeavor to go down. You must be excited about it.
I'm definitely excited about it. But for me, none of this could have been done without the good Lord above blessing me with the gifts and talents that I have. I'd also like to say, a big part of it has to go with my parents as well. My dad especially, he always talks about trying to leave your legacy, and everything that you do. So for me, being able to give back to, the high school that I came from, and then hopefully later being able to give back to the community that raised me, just doing little things like that. I think definitely does more than just leave your legacy. It leaves an impact, for that community. So, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome that you're able to do that and involve your family as well. And I think that's impactful, and it will leave a lasting legacy, I'm sure. I wanted to ask Austin, offensive linemen are a little bit different in terms of you guys are always going together wherever you go. It seems like there's not one of you, but there's probably 8 or 9 of you guys going. And it's hard to do that via Skype. Do you miss out on getting to know maybe the guy next to you that's going to be playing next to you, or the guy that's going to be in the huddle with you, some of those offensive linemen bonds? Have you been able to reach out to some of the guys that have been on the team to kind of get you up to speed and where you need to be at your position?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that, our offensive line room here definitely is very close. We've had a couple meetings together on Zoom, just, even without our coaches, just to kind of get to know each other, ask questions if we need it. We've had, everyone looking out for each other, so it's been pretty great. And we still got to meet a majority of the guys here down in Southern Florida. So we're doing great.
Austin, I know you were from Arizona, really went to California, obviously, to play at USC. Have you ever been in Florida or in South Florida before?
I've never been to Florida in my life. This is a first for me. I don't think I've really been to the East Coast before. I've been, a West Coast kid my whole life. So it's definitely really new, but I'm really excited and looking forward to, all the great things they have to offer.
All right, let's get the Longhorns in on this conversation. Brandon Jones, safety out of Texas. I know that you have 4 siblings. Where do you reside? Are you on the older side? Are you on the younger side? And did they have anything to do with getting you into sports or into football?
So I'm the second oldest out of 5. It's 5 boys total. I kind of started playing sports through my dad. Me and my older brother definitely wanted to be like him and kind of follow in his footsteps. So I knew at an early age I wanted to play sports. I started playing soccer when I was super young until old enough to play football when I kind of made the transition. But my older brother definitely, he pushed me to get me to where I am today. He had me lifting early, starting off early, just teaching me just the certain fundamentals and stuff, and I would have my father to lean on until, unfortunately, he passed when I was younger in 7th grade, so I was around 12, 13 years old. So my older brother definitely took that role upon himself to kind of show me the ropes and definitely be a kind of a guy that led by an example.
It's great. I guess when family members kind of push you in the direction, you can take it or you can back away. And it's good that you pursued it because it led you to where, you want to be now. And I'm looking forward to watching you wear a Miami Dolphins uniform in the future. That's for sure. Malcolm, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your time at Navy and the transition, because it's only been recently that the military academy graduates were given the opportunity to defer their service so they could play professional football right away. What has that meant to you, to be able to continue your craft and be able to have that opportunity to play professional football?
It's meant a lot because, going into Navy initially, it wasn't an option for guys to go play at the next level. So seeing a lot of guys who were older than me with, in my opinion, definitely enough talent to do that and not being able to do that was it kind of makes me even more grateful for the opportunity to be able to be in the position I am now. So along with that and the tremendous support I have from the school and the Navy nationwide, so it's pretty cool.
It's great that you have the opportunity to be able to come out right away and be able to continue to pursue what you have a passion for and be able to also give back, to the Navy at a particular time in your life. So wish you nothing but the best. That's good stuff, man. Hey, I wanted to ask you a little bit, as being a quarterback and not being able to go through OTAs with your receivers and with the offense, how much different has that learning curve been for you without actually being on the field to say, well, yeah, I like it there, but maybe take a little bit higher angle, or, that personal touch, that communication that you have between quarterback and wide receiver and those things. Have you been able to kind of go through that via Skype and via going and watching film on your own and kind of get with the playbook a little bit?
That's a good question. I'd say it's definitely difficult. It's hard because you do want to get with the guys, see certain guys' mannerisms with how they run certain routes, how they, do certain things. But another thing to it too is your communication in the huddle, how to call a play, going up, lining guys up, running a play. You just don't get the same kind of satisfaction where you're just sitting down and looking at a computer or looking at your playbook. Because for me, it's I mean, memorization, it's good. But I mean, going out and doing it, it's 100% totally different.
Yeah, everybody seems like they have to adapt to the situation. All 32 NFL teams kind of learning on the fly and learning via their computer. But I get you with, even a guy like Brandon or Noah with that silent communication, or with the eyes, or just with, your body language. You get to read your teammates and get to read from corner to safety, or from quarterback to wideout or slot, with hand signals and things like that. I'm sure that you guys are anxious to get on the field so you can go through that type of situation and make a mistake and go, this is what I meant. This is how we want to do it. So Noah, I wanted to ask you your transition from a high school wide receiver to a standout defensive back at Auburn. Take us through that transition, because I was reading a little bit about you going into the draft, about what a good wide receiver in high school. How did that transition come about at Auburn?
Also, yeah. I played wide receiver really all the time in playing football, which is I probably started probably ninth grade. So it was something I was looking forward to just coming to Auburn and doing, and maybe one day going to the league to do. And so it's crazy. I would have never thought I would be sitting here having this conversation, being a DB and being a corner, because wide receiver was something I loved very much. And so, but how it really happened was I'll say after my freshman year, I came in. I wasn't really every freshman was to come in and play and be the man or whatever. And I was second string, so I wasn't really that guy yet. I was really the special teams person. I was playing off for special teams, starting on all four of those. So it was something that wasn't something I wanted to do. To be honest with you, I wanted to come in and be a receiver, play the position I wanted to play, not just special teams. And so that year was kind of rough for me mentally. And for the team wise, we had a good year. Made the SEC championship and stuff like that, but for me personally, it wasn't. I didn't feel like it was a good year on my part. So it was after that year. I got baptized after that year, and after that, that's really when my life started to change. I feel like that's when God really started speaking to me about what He wanted my life to go and what I needed to do that. And so, and the Bible says like if two or three people kind of say something to you, that's God talking to you in a way, because you can't physically. You kind of have to hear Him through other people. And so it was two or three people who kind of mentioned me playing corner, because I never thought about it in my head, me playing corner. And that's when I really started thinking about it. First one was my barber. Second one was my pastor. And the last one was finally my defensive coordinator. And so after all of those three kind of said something to him, I went to my defensive coordinator again after that. And he asked me to do it, and I did it. And it's been a huge blessing. It's crazy how much one decision can change your whole life forever. And so it was a risk, and so I took it. So,
well, you took full advantage of it. That's a great story, and you're right about listening to, taking in as much information as you can and making an educated decision after that. And it led you to the path to be selected in the first round by the Miami Dolphins. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Hey, Austin, I've been reading some press clippings. Now, I know everybody's going to stake claim to being the best Madden player, but so far, all the votes have come in, and they're saying that you're a pretty good Madden player. Would you say, have you challenged any of your teammates, or have you been still keeping up on your game?
Oh, yeah. Any of my teammates can see me in Madden whenever. I haven't played 2K actually recently, but, we all get going at the facilities, in camp, and we can run it up.
That's good. You know what? What's the thing you're going to miss most about maybe the places you frequent around campus in terms of your favorite food? Are you going to be able to hopefully find that in South Florida? What's your go-to meal, I would say? Because you gotta stay at 320, 325. What's your go-to meal?
Yeah, you trying to get me in trouble. I gotta keep my weight down, man. But
all right, give me a weight and I'll say it, right?
Right. But no, I feel like, just like Los Angeles, Miami, it's a big, beautiful city with lots of different cultures. So, there's lots of different places to eat, and I'm sure I'll find something soon here, but I'm open to whatever.
Well, there's a lot of good food, a lot of good places in South Florida. I'm sure that your teammates, just once you get settled and once you get acclimated to South Florida, you'll be able to frequent and find a favorite place or two, I'm sure. Earlier we were talking about transition, and we talked about Noah going from wide receiver in high school to the defensive standout he was in college at Auburn. Malcolm, I want to ask you about your transition right now to being the AAC Offensive Player of the Year, to doing all the things you did at quarterback at Navy, and transitioning now and learning a new position, how that's gone for you so far, and how eager you are to accept that challenge and being able to conquer it.
It's been a process. Like you said, I'm super happy about it. Throughout my high school career and my college career, I was always moving around from position to position. So it's not nothing new, and I feel like that's going to help me moving forward. But super excited to, get out on the field and actually get the reps I need to, get me on track with the rest of the guys. So
thanks so much. I can't wait to meet you guys in person. Keep grinding, and hopefully we'll see you in late July, okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, guys. Before we sign off, a special thank you to all of you for joining us today, and the players for giving us some insight into their personal backgrounds as well as the upcoming season. Remember to take advantage of the great options available for you to be part of the Dolphins family next season, as we've never had an opportunity like this before. Text your rep today to learn more about flexible payment plans available to lock in your membership for the 2021 season. Seats start just at $45 a month to give you access to every game for the 2021 season. As a bonus, everyone who buys tonight will receive access to NFL Red Zone for the upcoming season. I'm John Congemi. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again very soon. Good night.